In the bustling city of Brelmire, there was a food stall that everyone worshipped. The Hearth of Happiness, they called it, a humble cart with a smoky grill, sizzling pans, and an aroma so irresistible that people lined up for hours just to taste its legendary stew. The man behind the cart was Chef Roulis, a kind-faced, gray-haired gentleman who never stopped smiling. His food was cheap, his portions were generous, and people swore that after eating his meals, their sadness simply melted away. Children stopped crying, couples stopped fighting, and even the most miserable souls walked away laughing. But nobody ever questioned why. Roulis had once been a renowned chef in the royal palace, celebrated for his mastery of flavor. But years ago, he had been caught practicing forbidden culinary magic, a craft whispered about in old cookbooks, where food could manipulate emotions, enslave minds, or even drain life itself. Exiled and shunned, Roulis made a decision. If the world wouldn't give him respect, he would take it by force. Each morning, before setting up his cart, he ventured into the dark alleyways of Brelmire, where the homeless and forgotten slept. With soft whispers and a kind smile, he offered them a free meal. They never returned. For his stew required souls. He brewed them into his broth with ancient sigils carved into the bottom of his pot. The more people ate, the more their emotions bonded to him, worshipping him without question. The entire city unknowingly fed his growing power. One rainy evening, a young woman named Leora approached the stall. Unlike the others, she didn't seem entranced by the smell of the stew. She watched him carefully as he stirred the pot. "Do you ever eat your own food, chef?" she asked. Roulis chuckled. "Oh no, dear. A chef must serve, not indulge." Leora's eyes narrowed. She had been hunting him for months. She was a descendant of the old maid chefs who had banished his kind. When he ladled her a steaming bowl, she smiled sweetly and said, "Then let me serve you for once." She poured a vial of shimmering blue powder into the stew. It was a cleansing spice, an ancient countercharm. The pot screamed. The broth bubbled black, and faces of lost souls rose to the surface, wailing. The crowd around them froze as the enchantment broke, their false happiness dissolving into horror. Roulis shrieked, his skin blistering as the magic rebounded on him. His body twisted into a grotesque mass of flesh and shadow before finally imploding into the pot, leaving nothing but silence. The next morning, the stall was gone. Only a cracked, burnt pot remained. Some claimed they still smelled his stew lingering in the air, and at night, those who once ate his food sometimes woke with a hunger they couldn't explain, an endless craving for a taste they'd never have again. And in the deepest shadows of the city, a whisper echoed. "The chef will cook again. When the world is hungry enough."